Everybody showing love.
So, tell me more about this podcast because I'm psyched. If you got to ask questions, do whatever, bro.
Bro, yeah. So essentially, man, what I like to do is just kind of get the gist of how you like became you, bro. Okay. So my thing is like, what made you first off want to start doing social and become like Dabbing Bear?
Okay, so, and hold on. Hey, G35, I will come to the East Coast just to go drifting with you, but you better have a big bodied car because I'm a big dude. Hey, thank you for showing the love. You know what, man? I became Dabbing Bear because I have it tattooed to the side of my head and it says Bear Man. I've always been Bear Man. And that nickname I didn't think sounded good as an Instagram, so I went with Dabbing Bear because it kind of fit. But you know, what really makes me, dude, is I grew up in many, many places.
Well, I remember you just recently telling me like you know, as sort of like gang affiliations, right? Like you kind of were like, a little bit.
So growing up, like here in the Burke, you know, my life was rough. You know, I had a mother.
Did you start here, or like where did you start? Okay.
So I lived in Santa Fe growing up. What up, New Mexico Super 20? What up, B-Dabbing?
What up, y'all?
So I grew up here until I was about 10 years old.
Okay.
And then from 10, I've lived in Mississippi, Georgia, Tennessee.
Goddamn.
I joined a Mexican gang here.
Okay.
And I mean, that's just because when I was young. Hey, look, my dad's here.
Oh, your dad?
The guy that just said, "Hey, boy."
Hey, that's my dad. Father of Bear.
So when I was young, I did a lot of dumb shit. Like I hung out with the wrong people. I was living down in Deming with my dad when I took off. And I went to El Paso, bro, and I was gang banging in El Paso, and my first encounter with almost dying, I got curb stomped by like 6 dudes.
Oh no!
Where I was walking home, bro, from work. My buddy, we just got to my friend's house. I was walking to my trailer. I was literally 10 feet from my house, dude, and 6 dudes jumped me.
Fuck.
My dad got a call. My nose was broke. I was spitting. That's why like your teeth are all screwed up, dude.
Yeah, like
Like I got kicked in the face, and my dad got a call. Was from the hospital because I was still underage. I was young. And I told him I didn't want to come home. So I went from there, and I lived in Plainview for a while. With my mom who just got. Huh?
Was when you moved to Plainview, was that with somebody else?
I was with my mama.
Okay. Were your parents divorced, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah. I don't think they actually ever got married.
Oh, okay.
So my brother, my sister, and me are all half.
Got you. I gotta have to myself too, so I feel you.
So my little sister was, I think she was about 4 when I met her.
Are you close with everybody?
Yeah, I'm really close with her now.
Nice.
As an adult, I talk to her almost every day.
Oh hell yeah, dude! That's what's up.
So my mom was in a bad situation there, and I stayed around to help her out. And I wound up, I stayed like 4 years in Plainview. I worked at a Tyson factory, but I was still doing, my side stuff. I was still hustling, and I was still causing havoc.
Yeah.
And
doing what you knew.
Yeah, that's all I knew. I knew how to survive.
You were learning, like you were literally just doing what you thought was right at the moment, bro. Like you're doing what you knew.
And that's where I started getting like tattooed, engaging ears, and I tried to be different. I didn't want to be like nobody else.
That part, like, you were sure of.
Yeah, I was thorough about it. I mean, I'm covered. So
You are different, bro. You are different. You're like
I like being different, bro. I don't want when somebody hears Dabbing Bear, I want him to think of me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want it to be mistaken, you know? But like, I appreciate the way I grew up. Like, I know it was rough, and I knew I've lived in many places, but those places I've come to appreciate.
Yeah.
Mississippi taught me how to be respectful and taught me how to cook great Southern food. Who else was supposed to think of? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Somebody think Dabbing Bear, they're going to think of some Russian bear eating honey. I don't know. But like, I've always tried to be the one that stood out, you know?
Well, you know what's interesting about like everything that you've said so far is like it almost sounds like you took all of like that influence that sort of like took hold of you, and like now you're becoming the influence that like you wanted to always be. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I've always wanted to help people.
Yeah, it's like you're becoming that influence you always wanted, but like you got the wrong influence, and so you had to go through all that to like learn how to like do the right things to be the right influence for other people.
Exactly. So this is a good example of like how I wanted to help people. So my mom, bless her heart, and hope she's resting in the grave. We lived in my mom and us lived in this apartment together. And one day I got off work early, so I was home. And dude, there was a knock on the door, bro, and a guy looking for my mom trying to sell her pills. The only thing the only thing I could think of was to put the handgun in his face and walk him out to his car. So like, I've been in the situation of seeing, and this is why I want to help people, brother. This is why I started Instagram. And this is why I hustle my ass off on Instagram. Like, I've gained 800 and something followers in less than 4 months. Because I want to see people thrive. I don't want to see people be held down. And you know what? I watched my mother, I watched my uncle, and I watched my aunt in the last 5 years of my life come from being the people I looked up to, bro. My uncle, the guy I got this Jeep tattoo for, he was an engineer. He was a military man, and he was the smartest man I knew.
Had everything like going for him.
Dude, he had women. He was, dude, I didn't even know he was an actor in Romania.
Oh, shit.
He was on a TV show in Romania.
Damn, dude.
Like, people knew who he was.
He was like somebody.
And then, like, my mom, she taught me how to take no shit from no one. My mom was an Italian little fucking short woman, bro. She would show up to your house to fight you for me.
Oh, shit. That sounds like my mom, dude. And she wasn't even Italian, but damn, that sounds like her attitude.
Dude, and I have attitude, bro. Like, I have to, like, bite my tongue a lot.
If you don't mind me asking, are you Italian?
So I'm half Italian, half Spanish.
Okay. I definitely see both sides for sure.
I'm glad that I wasn't too Spanish. I get to at least grow some facial hair.
That's awesome.
I would say though, like, I watched my mom die from drug overdoses, and I've watched my uncle he drank way too much, but he also used his pills. Gotcha. And then I've watched people become like addicted to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, so my mom is a prime example as well. She's kind of like been prescribed her whole life. She just takes the pills because it's what she knows. Like,
but like, bro, like
they grew up thinking that weed was so bad,
and they thought pills were okay.
Yes, dude.
And that's where I wanted I want to try to flip that stigma.
Yeah.
Because like
I didn't know.
What'd you say?
I didn't know.
Oh.
You can
So
say it.
check this out.
You
Check
didn't even
this
talk
out.
to me.
Lean.
I just took a little dab of every time.
Check it out. You can watch yourself.
Oh, dude, that's weird. I'm watching myself on that phone through this screen. Oh,
Yes.
what's...
So I think so. The reason I want to see that change, and the reason I want New Mexico to thrive in the cannabis industry, and the reason I'm trying to really throw out New Mexico and what I'm about is because I can't. I'm being dead honest here, bro. I gave up on who I was.
Really?
And that hurts me to say. Like,
That's not easy to say either, bro.
I got to a point, bro, I stepped on a scale in this house, dog, and I weighed 570-something pounds. And I was like, nope. Like that, think of that, like,
no, when you say no, do you mean like you sort of denied it? Or
dude,
do
like,
you...
no, like, at first I did. I was like, there's no way this scale could be real. And then, like, everybody else weighed themselves in the house on that same scale. And this scale's made to weigh up to like 700-800 pounds.
Yeah.
And like my roommate just stepped on a scale and was perfect at his doctor. Scale said the same thing. For me, it was reality, dog. Like seeing those numbers and knowing that I can't run from those numbers broke me, dude. And I got into some, like, I have mad depression. Like I can go into depression to the point where it's like, you can't talk to me without me wanting to fight you.
Okay.
Like that's where I'm trying to become a better person, because even in my relationship, like my girl will know, like I'll wake up and she'll be like, I love you, and I'll be like, I love you too. But just how I say it, she knows that it's like there's something going on. And it's not that I wake up and like I want to be in that mood. It's legit, like
it just happens.
There's something I can't
Yeah.
I can't explain it.
There's just like this weird storm kind of over you, dude. Like it's just I understand what you're saying.
And I know that like they make pills for that. Like you can go to the doctor and they can pump you full of whatever the fuck they want. But I've noticed like I started smoking more. Mm-hmm. So like I used to only smoke what? We used to smoke like twice a day. Like once or twice a day, you know? Yeah. And it really it was okay, but like I didn't feel okay. And then I noticed I started smoking more, and like I've noticed that my anger's come down a lot. Like I'm not trying to hop out of the car to fight the guy next to me.
Yeah.
I've noticed that I've filtered through a lot of friends. A lot of people that used to matter to me don't matter to me anymore.
That's a good thing though, in certain aspects.
Oh, trust me, man. Since I started Instagram, I have met the most chillest people around the United States.
That's what I was going to get you to, is I was actually going to ask, like, how has, like, because what I think is interesting too is like the ability to be able to connect and what that does for us on a different level. And like with you discovering like how like medicinal sort of like cannabis like has like helped you in that sort of realm. Yeah. On top of you like using that to overcome sort of like your social anxiety to the point where you can connect on social media. Yeah. I was going to ask and see like how that's sort of changed your sort of like demeanor when it comes to everyday life. Because it seems like because it almost seems like that's helped you build like that self-esteem that like you were always kind of like, you know, weirded out by, if that makes sense.
So when I was skinnier, bro, I could talk to anyone.
No issues, nothing.
No, fuck, dude. I would when I met Roxy, when I met my fiance, dude.
When did
I
you
walked
start
up
like
to her
gaining
with.
that, like when did you start like actually like gaining any sort of like residual extra weight that
So like after, so I'm gonna be real with you. So what caused it was when my mom died, dog. I literally just said, fuck it.
that's understandable.
My mom died. My dad and me at the time were not in a good relationship.
I was about to say, did you cope with it in the right way, would you say, or were you kind of like
Bro, I did what my little sister did. And this, I blame myself for how my sister coped with it. Because I locked it up, never cried one fucking tear, and never
trying to be
showed anything.
strong, right? So called.
Still to this day, bro, my sister hasn't cried over it, and it's been 4 years.
Fuck, dude, that takes a toll, bro.
So, and she's the one that woke up next to my mom.
No way. Dude, I was actually talking to my wife about that because she just lost her grandpa-in-law, or my grandpa-in-law, her
Yeah.
actual grandpa, and I was like, dude, you have to be able to like cope with it in the correct ways.
You know what? And you have to.
Because it's gonna tear you apart, man. Like it definitely will.
I can tell you the last 4 years have been hell for me. So the reason it's so hard on me, dude, is 4 days before my mom passed away, me and her got into an argument, and I told her I hate you.
Oh God.
But I can tell you, and I've come to live with that, and I've come to live with me and my mom's relationship. And you know, I have the reason I smoke so much cannabis is because of the fact that my mom, you know, wasn't the greatest parent, but has tried to set for insurance money back in the day, set the house, the car on fire with everybody in it.
Like tried to actually manipulate the system in some sort of way and endanger everybody's lives.
But she manipulated it to the point was if I died in it, I was just a casualty.
You were just like collateral damage that didn't really matter.
So, and the reason I stopped living with my mom when I was 18, it was December 28th, 2000, I want to say 9.
2009? Wow, dude. How old are you?
I'm 29.
I'm 28. Wow. I didn't think we were that close to either.
Oh yeah, we're pretty close.
Damn.
My mom said I was sleeping on the couch in the living room, and my mom started screaming. Dude, she set her bedroom on fire with my little sister in that room. I had to get them out, dude. The firefighters told me I had a hoodie on my back. I ran into the house to save my little sister's cat, bro. And I collapsed halfway coming. I was headed out and they could see me. And I just fell on top of the cat holding it. And they drug me out. That day, dude, I decided that if I stayed with my mother any longer, I was probably going to die.
That's hard. That's a hard realization, bro. That's a hard realization.
You want to know the reason why I went to my mother, bro, is because I was always hid from my mother.
By your dad?
By my whole family. My mom, so I got to, my dad I saw my mom as a drug addict, but I heard all these stories about my mom going to prison and my mom doing all this and my mom doing all that. And I didn't want to believe it.
Got you. You wanted to see for yourself.
So when my mom got out of prison, she had nowhere to live. I dropped out of high school for the second time. And I got a job at the Tyson factory. And I got a job for this guy that we knew. And I was repairing fridges during the day and washers and dryers and slaughtering cows at night just to support my mom.
No way, bro.
And I gave her a 3-week notice that I was leaving. My mom took a car that I cherished. I had a 1963 baby blue Cadillac. I bought it out of a junkyard, bro. The guy was like, it's a mint car. He goes, it just won't start.
Really?
All it needed was a brand new battery and some new fucking wires to it.
Oh, my God.
It started. I got it off the lot for $600.
All I
in
needed was
Texas,
some
bro.
TLC, bro. It just needed some attention, man.
The interior was the interior was worn, but you could tell that it was somebody's Sunday's driver.
Gotcha.
My mom took it, crashed it, twisted the frame, left it there, and disappeared with some boyfriend in a truck. I got a call saying, "Hey, your car's left in a ditch, twisted," and I was like, "What?" Yeah. So my mom left me with my little sister for like 6 months. Just me and my little sister, bro. I took care of her for 6 months by myself.
Dude, like,
no, and we lived in the middle of the country. No car. We lived 4 miles from town. I would walk her to the school bus, walk 5 miles to work, and then to go get my sister back home every day. So I grew up with my life, you know. I grew up real rough.
And you were how old during this? You were like
18.
2009, bro. You were like
I was 18 years old.
Because I graduated in 2010
I was 18.
and I was around 18 that time. So like, yeah, dude, you were like literally like not even a full adult yet, bro.
So I quit school in Mississippi when I left my dad for the second time.
Well, what grade was that? Was that like college?
I was a senior. Three weeks before graduation, I dropped out.
Okay.
It was either I drop out or I go to. They wanted me to go to like some detention center. I broke a kid's jaw in a fight. And they wanted me to do a detention center or drop out of school.
You got hands too, bro. Oh shit. Don't fuck with them.
Hey, you get these paws. It ain't my help. My problem.
Them
So like, I went back and then I figured, you know, I was living with my mom. I was like, I'll try school again, and then all that stuff happened. So I never went back to school, and that's a goal this year for me. Goal before I'm 30. I want to at least try to get my GED, and then I want to try to. I don't know if my girl wants. There's two decisions. I have two goals here in life. I either want to become a mortician, because I mean everybody's dying to see me, and it makes just good money. That's a great like. That's a business card.
That's a great future business card, dude. I was about to say some shit like that, man. Like literally.
Or I want to go to college in Colorado for cannabis science. They just opened up courses for it.
I just saw that.
I think it would be cool to know your science more than just, oh, I smoke weed, or, oh, this has this terps, or this has this terps. You can actually break it down to like a scientist's form then.
Exactly.
And then that would work in your door, because then you could do like testing and stuff. You could actually know what the fuck you're talking about. Like right now, I mean, I know weed, but I don't know it more than you guys know it, you know?
I feel you. Yeah, there's only a limited amount of knowledge until it's like capped.
Yeah.
Because it's all based on like what somebody else knows, based off of somebody else's knowledge on somebody else's knowledge. Like
exactly.
At least when you go to school, and it's like a finite, like something that's well thought out. There's a curriculum. Shit's like organized. It's in depth, and it's like exactly down to like the fucking protons and fucking whatever the fuck.
Yeah, dude, you can break it down to how many fats and lipids it is. But no one's going to understand that shit.
Exactly, but you. That's like the downside.
And that's what I want. That's where, like, I want to be able to have that knowledge. So when I put on an application, hey, I have 4 years of fucking cannabis science, fuck with
You're
me.
ahead of the curve.
Let's do something.
You're ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like,
dude, honestly, bro, before I even started, like, working at Everest, I, like, would always smoke before, and I never realized like what I was doing, man. And I never realized like I never thought it was bad. And granted, every other drug that I've tried, I've known is bad.
Oh yeah, like, I mean, when somebody hands you a line of coke, you're like, I shouldn't fucking do that.
I'm gonna do it, but I know it's not healthy for me. Like, and
somebody
then when
hands you a joint, and you're like, what's rolled up in it? Fuck it. I don't care. It's weed.
I feel like I'm not gonna regret this at all.
I'm gonna be in such a better mood. My back's not gonna hurt.
And bro, like when I started dipping into like our like 1-to-1 pods and like started dipping into like different stuff, it fucking dude like it actually works, bro.
So I want one of your guys' PAX pens, but I do not want to pay the price.
Oh, dude, it's kind of expensive, bro. It's not necessarily worth it.
But
we get like a 20% discount.
A lot.
We get a 20% discount, so that makes it semi worth it. It's like 34, I think, or like 32 or some shit. So that's like.
But what's the battery cost?
$30. So
is that with the cart or not with the cart?
That is not with a cart, but if you wait, it's just because the packs, dude. With the packs, the reason why I like the packs so much because I can actually vouch for the packs. I finally bought one. Because I was like, fuck it, I want to just buy one and see if it's worth the money, right? So I bought one, and I was kind of like, all right, I'm going to try this out. The few things that I can actually vouch for that are better than like an actual normal 510 thread is there's no button. So when you pull from it,
you literally just breathe.
You get exactly what you're pulling, dude. Like you will get the exact amount. You don't need to fucking hold it. You don't need to hold it for like 12 seconds. And you know how it flashes after like 12 seconds?
Yeah.
And then it like overheats so it doesn't want you to like go further. As long as you're like fucking, like you let all your air, you get that hit, bro. And then like it's nice. And
how much smoke does it produce? Grab your pen.
There's not a lot. I mean, it's like a normal pen. Like you'll get the same as the normal amount, but the only difference is like there's a lot less waste. So like if you're overheating it, or let's say it's a pen that's like mine, like those little square ones, you know, those little fucking square ones, or like the 510 threads are kind of loose in there.
So check this out. I have this pen.
Let me see it. Okay.
So it's loose.
Is it? Okay. And see, I get nervous with that shit because I feel like it's leaking sometimes. And I feel like I'm wasting.
Oh, bro. Dude. There may be a little more noise. My roommates just got back, but they don't give a fuck.
No worries.
This thing, bro, will leak like a motherfucker.
It's so frustrating, bro. And I always see like little bits of like shit, like when I take it out. But like with the packs, like.
The reason I don't like this either is watch. So it produces too much wax on the inside. So look, I have to like really rip on it to pop that wax bubble.
Pop it up and open enough to be able to hit it. Yeah. Like, dude, yeah. I haven't had that issue with the packs at all. The only thing that I haven't tried yet is the app because I don't know if you have an iPhone or an Android.
I got an iPhone.
Fuck. See, the Apple apps are taking away all their vaping apps, so it's kind of fucked with that. But with the Android, you can set the temperature and you can lock the amounts that you get per hit. So you can set an actual amount per hit.
So hold on. So is Apple taking away the PAX app?
They're just taking away all vaping apps in general. It's part of their image. Yeah, dude. You know how Apple, bro. But honestly, it's worth the investment, man. I would say.
How much would it be to get a battery and a cart?
That you're looking at like a 30 plus. You're looking at like a $70 investment.
I get discounts there sometimes, so.
Well, I'll give you a discount anyway. So.
I'll come in. You know what? If there's no. Do you burn all the liquid?
You burn all of it. It's a dual. There's like a dual. There's like dual fucking things. So instead of one, it's dual. So it like cycles through enough to where you get all of it. Honestly, bro, like a rise that I had lasted me like 2.5 weeks.
And how much is just the carts by themselves?
Like just if you were to come in and buy a cart, it'd be 40 even. But they last twice as long, though, is what I'm saying. Like that's the thing. Is like the trade-off is kind of.
And they're half grams or full grams?
They're half grams. It's a dispensary, bro. They're half.
You know, I'll give it a try. I'll come in. You know, I'll come in and I'll buy a setup, and I'll give it a try.
But yo, get if you can go on Amazon, buy a little rubber case that you can get with like a keychain. You can hook it on your lanyard, bro, so you don't lose it. Because honestly, the only downfall that I have for it is it's really easy to use.
Oh, I fucking bet.
Easy to lose, dude. It's like just this little black thing, bro, and you're kind of just like, where the fuck is my pen at?
That's funny.
You're like,
So,
oh shit. But I've had the same two cards, bro, for like a month now.
That's crazy.
Like,
see, and that's what I want is because, like, there's only, like, so I can smoke a lot before I go out, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
But that only lasts so long. And that only does, like, dude, oh my God, I hate when we're in public and the weed starts to wear off and I feel like people are watching me or staring at me or looking at me.
Bro. That is like the worst.
But it bugs because, like, I hate when somebody is always having to watch. Did you have to get into it?
Right as you say that, bro.
Oh, I was like, what are you doing? I was like, no.
I'm right on the outskirts to where I can see both y'all.
Oh, I was like, what the heck?
Now I can see both y'all.
So,
Hi.
I guess
But, yeah.
I guess the reason
Hey.
that's Sindel. She's like my sister. The reason I smoke so much now is because, like, I've noticed that, like, bro, I didn't smoke as much until before Instagram. So 1 month before Instagram, I went to Portland on a business trip.
On a business?
No, legit work. Legit with my boss.
What were you doing at this time, if you don't mind me asking?
So the job was to go to Portland, not get rid of, but move these antiques to I had to find a company in Portland that would take the antiques and refurbish them.
Okay.
And then I was bringing back 4 grow lights for myself and then a 4-wheeler. All my boss, all paid for it.
God damn.
So we stayed in, like, the embassy suites. We got to eat, like, lobster, macaroni, and cheese, like, whatever we wanted.
God damn.
So we get to Portland, and so this is how much we all smoked. It was 4 of us. My boss, me, my best friend at the time, or my best friend, and then somebody else who was a friend. I rolled up 1 ounce of weed in King Palms. We smoked in 2 days, 1 ounce all the way up there. Not including the Puffco. And then we get to Portland, right? We go crazy because I have $1,000 on me.
Oh my God.
They were selling live grams of diamonds for $20.
What?
And then this other company was selling live diamonds for 10.
10?
And it was like
a gram? Like 1 gram.
Like a full 1 gram.
You don't mean like a decimal in front of that 1? You mean like 1 and then a decimal?
Yeah, 1.0. $10, bro. And it was like the saucy diamonds you could ever find.
What the fuck?
And then I bought 40 of those. And then I went to another dispensary because that was my limit. That at that one time, 40 of them. I spent roughly $350 there.
God.
Then their drinks, bro, are 1,200 milligrams.
1,200? For how much?
$20.
$20 for like 1,200 with like fucking, oh my God.
Dude, I drank one of those, bro, and I was dead. They also had, so I came home with, I bought an ounce of flour for $60, and it was like the most crystalliest, most buddiest, awesome flour.
What the fuck?
I brought back.
No fucking way right now.
I think I brought back 70 grams of wax. That's all gone. All of it. I've smoked it all.
70 grams, dude.
I smoked it all.
Oh my gosh.
And then that's like you saw how much I spend when I come into the dispensary.
Yeah, bro. It's no joke.
I will say it's not just always me spending my money. My girl buys a lot of that shit. I love her for that because she's into the whole getting gummies and getting toasted. Yes, I'm gonna take a dab with you, brother. So I'm guessing everybody went out tonight and you're just chilling at the house. You don't like going out, do you, much?
Dude, not at all, bro.
Where at in Rio do you live out by Intel?
I live over by like the high school.
Ew.
Like, do you know where the are you familiar with it? Really? Okay. Do you know where
I lived in Corrales.
Do you know where Idalia is? Where the dump is?
Yeah. What up, Gaze Blaze? Yes. Hey, bro.
You just went live with them a little bit ago, huh?
Dude, we're gonna try to do the Vegas trip for my birthday out there, dog.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Because she works for this vacation home rental. And we're going to see if we can get a vacation home through them. And then a bunch of Instagram people are going to meet in Vegas for my 30th birthday.
Dude, that's what's up.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, bro. So I live like literally right across the street from the dump on like Northern and Idalia. Like we're like
I know where you're at.
Yeah, bro. Like in that little sublot, like Eagle Ridge High Middle School. And like fucking, I don't know if it's down here, like by the sports complex here in Rio City.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, dude, that's like where I'm at.
We live on complete opposites.
Yup.
I live right by the mountain.
That's why I was like, yo, I'll have to go like when I get off work or like before work or something, because I'll actually at least be like in the area. Because now, honestly, bro, like the cities aren't getting like further apart, but the traffic is getting way worse.
Did you hear that they're talking about making another bridge?
Where?
I heard it on Facebook. It popped up through the news.
Like by the news, I'm like, dude, I don't know. I don't know if we can handle another bridge, bro.
It said that they want to put another bridge, and I'm like, where? Like, you can't. Like, they would have to do it right through a neighborhood.
It'd be like a weird fucking, like some random spot like Montano, like where Montano is, like Montgomery, or like some shit that like goes like direct. Like that'd be like the only spot left, I feel like.
They're talking about it, man.
That's crazy as fuck. Yo, so that's what I was gonna get into too. Was like with the fact that you like moved around a lot. Why did you move around so much? Did you move around with your dad?
Or
did you move around just like with other family members, or like? And then
it was alone.
And then after that, I wanted to get into like what your overall like goals are now.
All right.
But first off, yeah, like what led to like you moving around so frequently in all these different like places?
So growing up, so my dad was in the military first. That got him into he was a medic in the military. Okay. Shout out to the armed forces.
I was going to say what branch?
He was he was Army, but he was a Hells on Wheels or something like that.
Okay.
He jumped out of he was a paramedic.
Okay.
So he did that, and then he worked a lot of factory work as I grew up, and then he got tired of it. Went to college to become an LPN, and
Oh
he's
shit.
a nurse. So we traveled from like, and let's be real, my dad was a player. My dad had women everywhere, bro. But
My
he
dad
fell
too.
in love with the woman in Mississippi, and then they got divorced. So we stayed in Mississippi, and he met another woman in Tennessee. So we would go to Tennessee, and he would do his nursing things.
Oh, you guys got kids.
And then after I got tired of the whole like traveling thing, I went and did my own thing, and I went all over, man.
Really?
Like you name it, I've probably been there.
Ah.
Like I did a lot of time up north. I like Minnesota, I like Chicago, Iowa, like Wisconsin. But I still say my home is the South.
Okay.
Like if like if my girl said let's go somewhere and move away, but pick somewhere that most people don't go. Yeah. I would pick like Mississippi.
Wow.
Or like Shreveport, Louisiana.
Okay.
Because I've lived a lot of places, but like the South, man, it's mysterious for a lot of reasons that people don't really get, you know?
Okay.
Like,
yeah.
So like I can tell you that there is a lot of racism there, but but that's anywhere you go.
That really is, dude. Yeah, and you get what you look for. So I mean, like
It
you
is.
can look.
So if you move into a good neighborhood, and you keep to yourself, just like Albuquerque.
Mm-hmm.
The people that come to you then are nice. Like, dude, people will give you the shirt off their back in the South.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I can see that too.
And for me, I guess my goals. It's not really my goals anymore, man. Like that's what I need to get over. Like it's always been about what I want and what I do, and I tend to still do that sometimes, brother. I'll be like, fuck it, it's my money, I'll do what I want. And now that I'm engaged and stuff, I need to plan on our life, you know, not my life. So
yeah.
my
congratulations
goals, I guess,
on the engagement, by the way.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a huge step, bro.
So I think my goals in the next couple years, you know, I want to lose the weight.
Okay. Is there a target weight in mind? You said 300 or something, or
I
like
say about 350.
Right?
But that's just a goal point.
Yeah,
That's not where I'm going to be determined to stop at.
Yeah, like you're just gonna kind of get there, see where you're at, maybe take a break.
See how I feel, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
My goal with Instagram is to network.
Gotcha.
Like I talk to you, I talk to Earth Smokes a lot, Dabbing Dads, you know, and all these people know Crippy, you know. So like my homie Earth Smokes a lot's friends with Dabbing Grandma.
Ah, yeah.
So like I want to meet people who influence, you know, people who have a real like a platform. Mm-hmm. Because I feel as if you want to be like somebody, you need to bump shoulders with those people.
Yeah.
If you want to work in a cannabis industry, you need to mess with cannabis people. If you're going to work in an automotive, you need to mess with automotive people. For me, you know, I'm not trying to make money off Instagram. I'm like, cool. If Everest ever wants to do something with me, I would be happy to do it. But I'm not looking for it. If a glass company says,
build off of the relationship that
you know, I want to build off of a relationship so we both grow from it.
Got you.
I also see like in my relationship, you know, we want to have kids, even if it's physically impossible for me and her to have kids, we want to adopt. And I per se don't want to adopt a young kid either. I want one of those kids that nobody wants.
Yeah,
because I was one of those kids that nobody wanted. So like I want to show, like I'm going to tell that kid straight up, like, hey, I don't give a fuck what you do. I'm still going to love you.
Like,
Like,
right? Like,
come on, I'm gonna
because of
force
what
this love
everybody
into
else
you.
doesn't love about you, that's what I love about you. Like, let's
Yeah,
go.
like,
Yeah.
and see, I never had that growing up. Like,
Yeah. You
my
never
dad
that
did the
that
best he
acceptance.
could.
Like that level of acceptance, dude. Like
Yeah,
regardless.
like my
Yeah.
dad, I love my dad because he did everything he could to make sure we had food.
Gotcha.
Like he worked 2, 3 jobs, man, and I had to like even
You
so
saw how hard he like grinded
my
too.
dad grinded and like gave up his time with his kids to know that his kids could go to school, could have food. So respect for that. Like I wish that like our relationship would have been better growing up, but as I'm
Mm-hmm.
an adult now, I realize why he did what he did.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
So my relationship with him's getting better. And for now in life, I think I don't know if I have per se goals in like in money wise. Like I don't know if I want like I can't say I want to make so much money in
Yeah.
this many years. But I can tell you for me, I want to at least be happy in the relationship I'm in with my girl. I want to be happy in the situation where I live. And I want to make sure where I in the next at least 5 years would love to be living in like Colorado, 10 years. Because I
Mm-hmm.
want to start my main goal in life is to run an extract company.
Okay. I can see you doing that too, man.
Like I do, like I do want like
Like a
my own,
like a Dabbing Bears extract company, bro.
yeah.
Like, looking for real.
And like so I do want to be a mortician, but that's like one of my morbid like goals. Like
It's
I'm
like one of the
very
9 to 5.
I collect a
It's
lot of
like the
weird shit.
typical 9 to 5, old school goal. It's like, bro, it's 2020. You want to be a fucking extractor, like, bro.
Yeah, that's like my 2020 goals. So like I'm weird. Like I have like cow skulls and like shit like that all the time
Yeah,
because I like the human like structure of like how we work and how things work.
yeah.
But I'm like, you know what? That's kind of a fucked up thing to work in, and that kind of makes you kind of depressed. I was like, and I don't need that much depression in my life, so let's work with weed.
Right?
So I got a couple friends now who do the extracting thing, and I've got the pleasure of seeing it being done, and I actually may take a course on it.
Hell yeah, man.
So, because I'm gonna get my PPL to grow,
Nice. That's
and
worth
then I'm
it.
gonna get myself a extractor, and I'm gonna see if like maybe because I know that New Mexico can only buy New Mexico products.
Mm-hmm. That is
So if
true.
I was thinking if I get my PPL grow, press it, get it tested, and be like, hey, look, I have a supply craft live resin that I make. It's tested. Here's the facts.
I can either sell it myself or you guys can pay me for it.
Yeah, or you guys sell it for me, and we split it. Like, I think that would be cool to do.
Yeah, no, it definitely would be. I think it's something that's like definitely possible in the future as well because of like the way that everything's growing.
Or,
I think that
what's up, Tim? Hey, do you know who Tim Ron is?
I don't. I want to say I do, bro, but I don't know.
I feel as if he's famous, but he was. Have you ever watched Daybreak?
I have not.
If you watch Daybreak on Netflix,
Wait,
he's
the
one of the
vampire
zombies
movie?
in it.
Oh, zombies. Okay, I know there's no vampires in it, isn't there?
Ice wash. I don't know that process, man. I don't know how to do. I've seen the cold water hash done, like where they put the flour in and run it in the process, but I don't know the process. And I would love to learn it because that
Is there
stuff is
anything to do?
amazing.
Well,
Ice
yo,
water hash is good.
I gotta get ready to go, man. But the last question that I sort of like wanted to ask you, bro, I'm very curious to know is what's your idea of success, man? Like, what's your idea of happiness?
My idea of success and happiness, man, is whatever makes you happy. Like, for me, dude, is like, for success, Like, what dictates success? Like, you got a man who works a 9 to 5 and has 4 kids, comes home and loves his wife and sits down and has a dinner. Is that success, or is the millionaire in the mansion who comes home lonely?
Yep.
And wishes he had a family? Which one to you? It's really like what you want your life to come out to be is what you predict. Like, yeah, I could say, man, I would love mad money. I would love to have billions of dollars, but I've seen it, dude. I've worked for somebody who throws money away like fucking trash. Like, I've watched this person spend like $200,000 in a day.
In a day, wow.
In a day, bro. Like trash. That's what I'm saying. Like, and I've watched this person go home and spend the nights by themselves and do nothing. When people who don't have that money still make sure to have the money to go out and do their thing. Mm-hmm. So I think whatever makes you happy and whatever makes you smile and you're doing your hustle the way you got to do it and you get by and you ain't hurting nobody, that's success.
That's the best answer.
It's simple. That's all I got on it.
I fucking love it, dude. And thank you, man. Like, thank you, man, for doing thank you for being willing to like do this and like be able to
you know what? Anytime, bro. If you got questions, brother, ask them.
Hell yeah, man. Because that's what this whole podcast is about, man. Like, that's what I love to do is like open people's eyes to other people's perspectives, because like that's what it's about. It's like if you can just be happy, just living the life you live and knowing that you did your best today. And knowing that, like, you're trying to strive for whatever your idea of, like, happiness, success is, dude. Like, as long as you're, like, moving towards something, by all means, do your thing. Like,
exactly.
You know, like, whether it's
don't let nobody tell you ain't happy, because if you know what you feel at the end of the day.
Exactly, man.
If you go home and you feel good about your day, then you know what you did.
Exactly, bro.
Hey, like I'm saying, anytime, man. And if you throw it up on any platform, just give me a shout out. That's all I ask.
Yeah, bro. I'll send you a DM because I'm gonna be cutting this up. You know, throwing it up on different stuff and all that.
Oh yeah, brother.
All that stuff. But I appreciate you, man. I'm gonna finish eating dinner with the fam and spend some time with the fam. But I appreciate you, man, and we'll get on it here soon.
You too, brother. You too. Hey, DM me. I'll send you my address.
Yeah, DM me your address. I'll hit you up, bro.
All right, later.